Okay, so today we'll talk a little bit about even and odd, positive and negatives. It seems really trivial, but it will be, once you're under the pressure, it might be hard to pull it out of your sleeve. So maybe just good to remember that and to have a list of it in your head so that you can use it a little bit easier. First, even number, you can always express it in this form, and n is a integer, which is like -5, -4, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, So pretty much the definition of integers, like 2n, is it can always be expressed in that way. Odd can be expressed in this way. Let's just make it m and n. So can be expressed in 2m plus 1. So yeah, this is a definition of odd and even integers. It's not necessarily need to be positive. So it could be for even integers. It could be -2, -3. -2, -4. Not necessarily only like 2, 4, 6-ish. This same to that. And keep in mind, 0 is an even number. And some operations. So odd, I'll just make this E stand for even. For this context, E stand for even, OS stand for odd. Odd plus odd is even. You can see that by doing this. So equal to 2m plus 2n plus 2 equals 2m plus n plus 1. This whole thing is an integer, so it's matched with the criteria for be even. So there's odd plus odd equals even. With the same spirit, you can do the same thing. Then you will have a whole list of things. For instance, odd plus odd is even. Odd minus odd is even. Odd plus even is odd. Odd minus even is odd. And even plus even is even. Even minus even is even. So that's all possibilities, I think. Even odd, yes, all possibilities for plus and minus. So now let's try multiplication. For instance, odd multiplied by odd is odd. This is a little bit more tricky. 2m plus 1, 2m plus 1 equals to 4mn plus 2n plus 2m plus 1. This can be expressed in terms of 2 multiplied by 2mn plus m plus n plus 1. This thing is an integer, so it matches with the criterion to be an odd number. So that's true. Similarly, with the similar way, you can think of odd multiplied by odd is odd. Odd multiplied by even is even. Even multiplied by even is even. That's all the possibilities. And if you, those, I think I use it too often that it's become trivial to me. But if you find it's hard to memorize, there's always a trick to that. Plug in numbers. For instance, let's take this into an example. Odd multiplied by even is even. So say an odd number 3 multiplied by even number 2, 6. 6 is an even number, so works. You can for exams for GREs, you have like something to distinguish like odd or even. You just pick an odd or even number and plug it in. It most of the time works. So that's odd and even. For positive and negative, I will just get into the simple part of it. For more computation involved, I will have a separate sections talking about the comparison, pretty much. The comparison, I will talk about that in other sections. Sorry. So positive, negative. So you can always give a positive number, and a negative number can be expressed in terms of negative p. Yeah, that's how to do that, I guess. So something that is good to know is positive plus positive is positive, negative plus negative is negative. Positive multiplied by positive is positive, positive multiplied by negative is negative. And also those are trivial ones, but some of them are tricky, but once you know that, it might increase your speed on GRE. Positive minus negative is positive. Negative minus positive is negative. And that's the tricky ones. This is another one. Negative multiplied by negative is positive. So here are some that indefinite. So for instance, positive minus positive, you don't know. Because sometimes you have maybe 1 minus 2, 2 minus 1. One is 1, one is negative 1. So you don't know is positive or negative. And negative minus negative is unknown. If it's throw 0 into equations, why not? Negative multiplied by 0 is 0. Positive multiplied by 0 is 0. And any number plus or minus 0 is itself. So that's the simple beginning on learning the evenness and oddness and positive or negative of the number. Yeah.